you were even visiting us. Nima was there in German. He stood live. Saraswati, they came to follow Kirtan to Germany. I also just come this morning with the fastest driver in Netherlands, our Nilambara. I guess. So yes, we are all festival out. We have a lot of festivals which happened recently the past few days, and I'm certainly very grateful that you've come for another spiritual evening. So I will address you today on a subject matter which I think is of great importance, finding our authentic path in Krishna consciousness. I can imagine that I will not be able to address the curiosity of our children. In other words, the children will become bored. At that time we can perhaps go to venues, rooms here in this house which are more attractive to the children. I thought we start a little bit with Kirtan. Archie has already sung Kirtans, and I sometimes think Kirtan in itself is such a sacred and significant thing that it needs our full attention and full presence. Sometimes we sing Kirtan to bridge over the time. Okay, the real program starts at such and such time. Let us make Kirtan until everyone has assembled. But Kirtan should be given a more, a better place. The Kirtan is actually our personal time with God. We take His holy name, and as we take the holy name, we are addressing Him directly. In this process, something happens. Yes, now we are good, and I have also learned to be more close here. As we take the holy name and chant it while giving it our full attention, something happens. Step by step, moment by moment, mantra by mantra, something very important happens in Kirtan. What happens when we chant with attention is that we come closer to Krishna, step by step. What this can mean is that the Lord becomes more present or visible or more accessible in our own heart. We feel at that time, I'm now in the presence of God. So this chanting is very, very powerful, but we need to be present. I like this analogy which Kadamba Swami gave about chanting. He said, chanting of the Kirtan is like a train that takes me gradually, slowly to a destination. I just have to take my seat in the train. I know on Monday I have a train ticket from Cologne to Berlin, so the train will go with me or without me. If I want to go to Berlin, I really need to make sure that I'm entering the train and that I'm sitting in the train and get in the rhythm of the train. So in the same way, when the Kirtan happens. The kirtan will go, I will address Krishna, but I have to make sure is that I'm there, that I'm sitting there. No? Sitting there with my body. In the kirtan, I have found the apartment or the house of Manik. I'm sitting in this house, but now the main work has to be done. I have to bring my mind also there, and my heart. If my mind is still thinking about the many things I have to take care of during the day, or if my mind is simply unwilling to enter the kirtan and I'm just letting it be there and just somehow sit there and so on, I will not feel the transportive power of the kirtan. I will not be moved to the spiritual destination. So I thought we will do such a mindful kirtan. I have a few. I brought my little orchestra with me. Yes. So we're going to see. Request you to sit straight. It's all right to sit on the chair. It's good. I'm also. And as we sing, I request you to close your eyes and sing every name. Every word, every syllable, in a very mindful and meditative way. I will one time sing along and then you go in the response. It's call and respond. It's chanting. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Shall we welcome His Holiness Sacinandan Maharaj by loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra, all of us together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, I know you have come from far away distance perhaps and a bit cold still or a warm still, I don't know what it is, but let's welcome with enthusiasm. Show it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Devotees, we have a holy, saintly personality sitting with us. The Shastras tell, Srimad Bhagavatam tells so many glories of hearing in the association of saintly personalities, sadhus. Bhagavan himself tells in Srimad Bhagavatam, Satam prasangan mama viri samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha tad joshanat ashu apavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhakti runakrameshyati. Meaning that if we hear Krishna's pastimes, his Nama, Rupa and Guna Leela, in the association of holy, saintly people, our own Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti towards Krishna becomes, or we become aware, our heart becomes enriched with Shraddha, Rati and Bhakti for Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam also tells, Tirthi Kurvati Tirthani, the holy, saintly people are the ones who actually make a holy place. So, it's our greatest fortune. We have His Holiness Sacinandan Maharaj with us. It is not on a daily basis we get association like this in Netherlands. It's very rare. Personalities like this are oases in the drought hit, the barren land, in the desert land of Netherlands, where it's so rare to find sadhus. So we're very grateful, Maharaj, that you are here amongst us, spending your couple of days in our midst, helping us and giving your unconditional love and mercy. We really don't deserve this. I was telling Maharaj when Maharaj called us a couple of weeks ago that he would like to come not on a Monday because he was feeling unconditional mercy towards us, that he didn't want to come on a Monday and not many of us turn out for the program, so he told Lambar, it's better if I come on Thursday, Friday. And I was telling Maharaj that yes Maharaj, we are with the begging bowl, so whatever you give us, we take it. So if it's a Monday, we take Monday. If it's a Thursday, we take Thursday. If it is Friday, we take Friday, whatever, right? So grateful. It's Maharaj's friendship and his loving association and his mercy that keeps us alive here in this yatra. Extremely grateful, Maharaj. We hope that you feel this as your home also and keep coming and blessing us and helping us in our journey. Thank you so much. This is Sacinandan Swami Maharaj. We welcome him very loudly to Netherlands now. One more time. Hare Krishna mantra. All of us together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. One last word of request. Please be attentive. I know mind can just take you away and you may get awakened after 1 hour of Maharaj session that, oh yeah, I was sitting in this class. So please be present. Please hear attentively. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. We have a situation with the mic now, and is it possible that you hold this, or you can arrange somebody?
It is not very easily possible if I hold this. Do you think you can please move this little chair up here? Then I can from time to time throw a glance on my And do you have a children program, or is this the children program?
If the children start making noise, then we can take upstairs and play with them if they make noise.
Okay, so I understand this is not the children program then. So please, those who have children, take note of this. But we can also have a children program, but then it will look different. Can I please have also a Bhagavad Gita in English? This is all right. Hare Krishna. I was reading something very nice which I wanted to, in the beginning, introduce you to. I just wanted to say the movement of Krishna consciousness is actually foretold many thousands of years ago in the sacred scriptures. There is one Brahma Vaivata Purana where Krishna speaks to Mother Ganga and he says, after 5,000 years, my worshipper of my holy name will appear in this world and spread the chanting of my holy name everywhere. And please imagine the scene. Lord Krishna, while he is here on the planet, comes to Mother Ganga, the sacred river, and from the Ganga comes this divine goddess dressed in a silver-colored sari, and she is Mother Ganga in her personified form. Krishna says, 5,000 years from now, there will be someone very special who will come and spread my holy name over the entire planet. This is a very nice foretelling. And I have another foretelling which tells about Prabhupada's glories. It's from Sri Chaitanya Mangala Sutra Kanda. It says, even if the sinners reject religion or flee to foreign countries, I will send my worshipper to go there and deliver them. So I think we are a foreign country. Europe is a foreign country from the perspective of spiritual India. And yes, we Europeans are used to lifestyles that are considered from the spiritual perspective to be not good for spiritual development, the eating of meat, having all kinds of illicit relationships, drinking alcohol, etc. We don't need to go into detail. But this foretelling, which was made 500 years ago, says, yes, my devotee will come, he will worship the holy name, and he will help these people to come to the spiritual platform. So these are just two of the many foretellings in the Vedic scriptures. And I think it is quite inspiring for us to know that we are not just part of a movement in Netherlands, but we are part of a prediction, part of a prophecy, part of something that is foretold by saintly beings. So, yes. I wanted to talk today about finding our own authentic path in spiritual life. First of all, authenticity is the quality of being real and true to your own personality. It means to not be a copy of someone else, but to have found your own true path, which is true to your personality, your spirit, what motivates you, and your character. So to find this path is called in the Bhagavad Gita to find one's Dharma. Dharma is that which cannot be separated from a person. It is his own nature, his true nature. Prabhupada gave an example of how Dharma is inseparable from a person. He said, just like heat and light is something you cannot separate from fire, Dharma is something that you cannot separate from a person. Or just like liquidity, the liquid nature of water cannot be taken away from water. Dharma is that which is inseparable from a person. You may say, well, water can also become ice, and in this way change its nature. But given the right circumstances, that is not this brutal cold temperatures, then that ice will go back to its original nature. So yes, sometimes it can happen that we are not true to ourselves. Sometimes it can happen that we copy someone else according to the expectations that is the society puts in us. But the true nature can really not be taken away from a person. After some time, it always changes, it always shows, it always comes through. So the Vedic scriptures, they very strongly encourage us to, from the beginning, recognize our true nature and to act according to that. I remember maybe 20 years ago, I took a flight that had a stopover in Atlanta, a town in America, and I needed to, run to catch the connecting flight, which would bring me to Florida. So as we were running through the airport, there was an exhibition by which glorified the American priest and revolutionary thinker Martin Luther King. And I remember as I was running, I ran through this exhibition of pictures and quotes by Martin Luther King, and there was one that was so powerful that I stopped and I read it. And this quotation had something about Dharma. Dr. Luther King was saying, I want to see a man who is a street sweeper sweeping the street as if he directs a whole orchestra. So enthusiastic, so much on fire, so to say. And with this, he touched upon a very important thing. If you have found your Dharma, that is your essential nature and your activities and which are really belonging to you, even though you may be a street sweeper, which is a role in society that is not seen as something special. If that is your Dharma, you will actually sweep the street like an orchestra conductor. You will be so enthusiastic, you will be so alive, and you will not want to do anything else than your particular Dharma, because you have arrived at your true nature. There is no need for you to copy someone else. Each one of you was born as an original. Why should you die as a copy of someone else? Why? It doesn't make any sense if you were born an original person. So the Gita is telling us a little bit how important it is to live in one's Dharma. I want to read you 2 verses in connection to this. I have made a note of where I can find it. And then I would like to give you some very wonderful suggestions that will help you to find your Dharma. Is that of interest for you?
Yes.
Who of you thinks they are still looking for their Dharma, if I may know? Yeah, this is natural when we're young. Who thinks they have found their Dharma? 3, 4. Not so many. Good. So it is relevant for most of them, and maybe it's relevant also for those who have found their Dharma for fine-tuning. You must know, in the entire Bhagavad Gita, Krishna never repeats himself. Every verse is different. But there is an exception. 2 particular verses appear twice for emphasis. And one of these verses I will now chant for you. Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna. Actually, you can repeat after me. Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna. Shreyan Swadharmo Viguna. Paradamat Svanushthitat. Paradamat Svanushthitat. Fantastic. Swadharme Nidanam Shreya. Swadharme Nidanam Shreya. Paradharmo Bhayavaha. Paradharmo Bhayavaha. It is far better to discharge one's own Dharma, even though faultily, than another's Dharma perfectly. Destruction in the cause of performing one's own Dharma is better than engaging in another's Dharma, for to follow another's path is dangerous. This means, if I am by my Dharma, let us say, an educator, a teacher, or a preacher, even though I make mistakes, it's better than if I imitate someone like a manager and manage. Very often preachers and managers are the same. It's the same, but or let me say, I'm a doctor, and for some reason I think, let me play the violin and imitate a violin player. Even though I would play the violin perfectly, if I am not doing my Dharma, it would not be good for me. This is totally different than the modern ethos, the modern purpose. There are some roles in modern society which people like. An actor, or they think a boxer is perhaps is that so highly regarded? Maybe not. Boxing not. Footballer is very highly regarded. So people sometimes do everything in their what they can do to try to come into these roles which society worships and holds very true, and they are not interested really to do what is their own purpose, what is written by fate on their forehead when they take birth. There is this other verse, I want to also read it to you. Let me find it for you, which tells us this idea of following one's Dharma. 40. Thank you, by the way, for the book. You have this very nice book here in this household. Good. Please repeat after me again. Shreyan Svadarmo Vigunaha. Shreyan Svadarmo Vigunaha. Paradamat Svanushtita. Paradamat Svanushtita. Svabhavaniyatam karma. Svabhavaniyatam karma. Kurvanapnoti kilbisham. Yes, almost. It is better to engage in one's own Dharma, even though one may perform it imperfectly, than to accept another's Dharma and perform it perfectly. Dharmas prescribed according to one's nature are never affected by sinful reaction. I cannot get any bad karma when I live true to my personality, when I follow what is, so to say, given to me by God. There is no bad karma, even though I may sometimes make a mistake. This is the idea of the Bhagavad Gita, and it is in resonance with what we call in the West finding your authentic path in life. The authentic path in life has three elements. You could call it like a tripod. Do you know a tripod? This microphone stand is theoretically a tripod. It has 3 feet, but somehow I think, yes, at the moment it's not there. Here we have a tripod. You can see these 3 feet are holding the apparatus. It's like a little bit like spider legs, in this case. A good example of a tripod is what you see in India. It is a construction which has 3, how do you say, poles, and they come together in a circle. There's a metal circle, and on it stands a clay pot with fresh water, which keeps the water cool and pure. And as long as these 3 legs of the tripod are there, the precious water of life can be there. So in the same way, our Dharma, our original nature, is standing on 3 legs. And it's important when you want to find your Dharma to know what you are looking for. The first leg is your Svadharma. It is what you do in relationship to yourself. Just like I give this example, I can give another example from my personal life. My father, who is late now, he left his body. He was one of the 24 directors of this big company, the German railway, Die Bahn. In Germany, this is a privately owned company. So he had expected me to become also a manager within this huge company, but I'm not good in managing, and I did not feel this is my Dharma. Then I met my own spiritual master, and asked him what he should do, and he told me, you should become a disciple, later you should become a guru, you should become a water carrier and a cook. These 4 things he told me. But what I took from it is I should learn spiritual knowledge, and I should teach spiritual knowledge or give it to others. I should be a water carrier. What does this mean? I should bring the water of life, of spiritual life, to others. And when he said I should become a cook, then I understood I should not become dependent on others so much. I must say, I'm very bad as a cook. I have failed him really in this 4th instruction. I can make perhaps a fruit salad, but that's where it ends. I wouldn't know how to cook rice, and so on. Anyways, still learning. It's not hopeless with me. But yes, this was a different instruction that my father had given to me, and when I tried it out, I could see this is my Dharma. I am someone who learns and who likes to give his learning to others. That is the main point in Prabhupada's instruction to me. This is Svadharma. In the West you would say, what is your occupation? What do you do? Where you can find yourself. So Svadharma is something you do in relationship to yourself and the world. Then there is a second Dharma, a second tripod, so to say, or a second leg of the tripod, and that is how you behave towards others. In Sanskrit it's called Lokadharma. The most important point here in Lokadharma is you should avoid harming others. There is an instruction in the Parama Samhita. It says, if you follow the Dharma of your mind, then you should have faith, you should have determination and conviction, and prasada, or kindness towards others, where you don't harass others, where you don't make life difficult for others. I remember my own spiritual teacher. He would sometimes see a bug, and he would say, oh, here's a bug, take the bug to the window, otherwise it might be crushed when we sit down. No? So this is dharmic principles that you do to others. You show kindness to them, and you do this. You are kind to them. Prasada, it's called. You give them your kindness. Then there is dharma which you do in relationship to God. That is called Sanatan Dharma. So, are you standing on a tripod? You have to ask. When you want to find your Dharma, you need to find 3 legs. First, Svadharma, what you do in relationship to you, what is your occupation, are you a family man, are you a single person, what type of income do you do, and so on. Then the second leg, how are you towards others? Are you kind to them? Is your speech kind? What are the other symptoms? Is it truthful? Is it full of affection towards others? Is it full of gestures of charity? Where you do something good for others. This is the Dharma of the speech. And then finally, Sanatan Dharma. What do you do in relationship to God? Ask yourself these 3 questions and find answers for these questions, and you will be situated in your Dharma. I would like to now at the end give you 3 recommendations that can help you also to find your Dharma. Sometimes, yes, we know I should find my Dharma in relationship to my occupation. Yes, I should find my Dharma in relationship to others and my Dharma in relationship to God. But how do I find it exactly? What can I do to that it becomes clear? I want to give you two types of suggestions. The first is sit with yourself and get to know who you are. Sometimes, or most of the time, life is just so busy that we never have the time to sit down and find out who we are. Especially productive is this process when you go to a sacred place, a place of pilgrimage, like Vrindavan or Mayapur, or sit at the banks of the Ganga, and engage in some spiritual activities, and ask the question, please show me my path. And very often, people who get up after sitting at the banks of the Ganga or sitting at the holy place, they get up with a new and more concrete understanding what could be their Dharma in particular. So sit with yourself and get to know who you are, and so on. The second is when you have an idea of what you could be confident in that. I think we all agree that our Archie is, Ananga Manjari now, is a very talented singer. No? But I can imagine when you were singing first, you were thinking, oh, hopefully others will like it, and you were not so confident in the beginning, isn't it? But if you have your Dharma, you must be confident so that it becomes established. If you have all the time self-doubts, you boycott yourself. Once Prabhupada was asked by the devotees, it was in Paris, they were on a morning walk, Prabhupada, who is the worstest enemy of a devotee? And Prabhupada looked at the one who had asked him the question and says, you yourself are your worstest enemy. We often boycott ourselves by these unnecessary doubts which come and which eat at our confidence and our conviction. So when we have found out what is could be our Dharma, act with some confidence in it, and you will see it will become more clear to you. It will become more established. And finally, I would like to say, try new things until you have found your own Dharma. Don't be shy to search, because when you finally meet your Dharma, it's like finding the right pair of shoes for you. You immediately, it sits and you can walk with it. Don't we all know these boring visits to the shoe shop where what pair of shoes should I wear? Oh, Krishna. And you try this, and you try this size. And then finally, usually at the end, at least in Indian shops, the good things come always at the end. Then you get your right pair of shoes. You immediately can walk with them and come to your destiny. My dear everyone, I want to encourage you to find your Dharma, and sometimes, it is said in the scriptures, sometimes what works best is to ask 5 people of wisdom. In Kali Yuga, this is this time, as you know, You can find out the truth very easily by asking 5 brahmanas. And they can then tell you this, and you can immediately feel that if it's your dharma, you feel it's right, just like you feel right when you get the right pair of shoes, the right size, with which you can walk. 5 brahmanas is very powerful principle, and I encourage you in this yatra. I think you have 5 brahmanas. This is a group of devotees, perhaps, the council of the 5, and we can ask them questions, and in mutual discussions the truth will often manifest themselves if those brahmanas have the right motivation to help us, which I think they do. My dear devotees, my dear friends and my dear skeptics, it's important to find your dharma. A final observation is something which I have noted in my own life. Remember, there are these 3 types of dharma. Can we just go through them? What is the first? Swadharma. The second is Lokadharma, what I do in relationship to others. And the third is Sanatan Dharma, what I do in relationship to Krishna. Now, very often, especially when we are young, we do not know what is our Dharma. We have no clue. Should I work as a computer person, as a manager? Should I marry or not? Should there be children or not? We don't know. It's not clear. There is one very easy way where you can get clarity, and that is to engage in the last of the 3 dharmas, the Sanatan Dharma. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives us an advice how we can live our Sanatan Dharma, and I want to find it for you and sing it with you. It's so beautiful. You will get tears of happiness in your heart when you read it, or something like this. Machita Sarvadurgani Mat Prasadat Tarishyasi Atachet Tvam Ahankara Nashoshasi Minangshasi. Sorry, I have sung 4 days now and the voice is what it is. So Krishna says here to Arjuna, he gives him a tip how he can overcome all the obstacles, including the obstacles of what is his dharma, what he should do now. You remember, this was a big question for Arjuna. When Arjuna, who was by his nature a Kshatriya, came to Kurukshetra, he was not sure if he should act as a Kshatriya. He felt inclined to leave the battlefield. And perhaps this is something which we also feel. There are challenges in our lives where we are conflicted. How should I act now? Should I stay or should I go? Should I go left or right? Should I do this or that? No? You have been in these questions? Isn't it? It's sometimes very difficult. So Krishna gives him a tip which always will help to overcome the obstacles of material life. It is this verse, if you would like to take notes, it's chapter 18, text 58. And Krishna says, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over the obstacles of material life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness and being aware of me, but act through your own false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. And this becoming aware of Krishna, holding Krishna in our heart and our mind, is the whole idea of Krishna consciousness. And how can we do this? This is very easy. Manmana bhava matbhakto, madhyaji mang namaskuru, namivaishyasi satyam te, pratijane priyosi me. Here Krishna gives us 4 advices how we can always live in this association. I must say, for many years I had a post-it, the big size post-it, and I put it on the door of which would lead into the world. I mean the house door. Do we call it the house door? The entry door. So I had posted it from inside, and it was a translation of this verse. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me and offer your obeisances, your homage unto me. Krishna takes his hand to his heart and says, thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So this is Sanatana Dharma, the eternal occupation of the soul. And if we do this by becoming conscious of Krishna, Krishna in the heart will help us to find our Dharma and overcome the obstacles which may be there on the way of living our Dharma. This I have seen in my life so many times. There were in my life very difficult decisions. Some of the decisions were related with huge amounts of money. Should this be spent or not? And so on. And I must tell you, frankly, it was often not very clear to me what I should do, what path I should take. But I had faith in this. I then took myself out of my busy life, out of the pressure to make a decision, and just engaged my mind in thinking of Krishna, of serving him with simple services, helping out here and there, worshipping him and bowing down before him. And as my consciousness of Krishna increased, the fog in the brain, the unclarity in the brain went away, and I could see very easily what is the solution, also what is the Dharma. So this is my little talk to all of you. I do hope you had some good inspirational or some good insights from this, and I hope it does help you to find your own Dharma and lead a very, very happy, ecstatic, fulfilled life in your Krishna consciousness. I want to end by telling you a little thing what happened to one of my friends. And he's a married man in Switzerland, and he went on a mountain tour. He likes to climb mountains, not so much like a mountain near, with ropes and all this, no, but some adventurous path. And while climbing, he fell down from the mountain and woke up in a hospital without knowing who he was, what his name was, what his address was, what he did before the hospital, what he wants to do after the hospital. He suffered what is known as complete and total amnesia. He had broken anything you can break, from the finger to the arms, to the legs, to the feet. Everything was broken, including his skull. It was open, it was fractured when he was found. And he had broken his memory also of who he is. So his wife came to him in the hospital and said, "Do you recognize me? Who are you? What is your name? Thank you for coming." "I'm your wife." "Do I have a wife?" He could not remember a thing, nothing. So he had written a book. Don't sweep the truth under the carpet is the English translation. It was a biography of his life, an autobiography, where he had described his life before he became a devotee, and then how he had served in various temples, some as temple president, and so on. And it was a biography up to the modern times. He's now 68. And as he wrote his own book, something worked in him, and he woke up, and he understood, oh yes, my name is Radhishyam. Oh yes, I have a wife. Oh, hopefully she comes again and is not disappointed with me. And I have these activities and these activities. So the scriptures say we in the material world are in a similar situation. We have fallen into this world and we have no clue what we were before. Before this life, we have no clue what were our relationships before, and we have no clue of our relationship with Krishna. We are absolutely in forgetfulness, Rajesh. Absolutely. We identify with the body, and we are totally absorbed in this. Rajesh, it's good that you are absorbed in your child. It is very good. It's very natural. Don't want to shock you, young mother. So it is said to wake us sleeping souls or forgetful souls up. The Vedic scriptures have come, and if we read them regularly, we come to an enlightened state of consciousness where we can see Krishna and see ourselves. So as much as it is important to find our Dharma on the Swadharma level, on the first level, in relationship to what we should do now, I would recommend wake up from the dream of material existence by spiritual knowledge, and as you do this, it will become clear what is your Swadharma, your Lokadharma, and your Sanatana Dharma. I wish you all the best. You are all young people in relationship to me. When I was your age, also thinking, what could it be? What should I do in my life? And so on. And what I have told today is something which I have done and which has worked, so that now at this stage of my life, I don't call it the old age. Now I'm very happy and content, because someone who is in his own Dharma rakshita rakshitoho, he will be protected by his Dharma. Like Lord Krishna had said, there is no reactions of karma for someone who acts in his Dharma and may even make a mistake. So this is what I wanted to share with all of you. Do you have any questions where we explore the subject more? Yes, I see you and I remember you. Please tell me your good name again.
Pratap Rudradas.
Yes, of course, and you know to dance very nicely. When Prataparudra dances, he may jump up to the window. It's possible. Yes, Prataparudra.
Thank you, Maharaj, for wonderful pointers. It will really help us. So, Maharaj, I was thinking on this front since a few days. And there is a constant dvandva between what I like and what I am supposed to do, because once we Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita that in 7th chapter only is telling that basically nothing belongs to us, anything. We don't possess anything in this world. And then eventually basically that in spiritual life we are taught that we should not think about ourselves but more about what will please Krishna than going away from our self-centered life, and then instead of looking up what will provide me pleasure, what I can how I can serve basically and give, because as a servant is concerned about the master's pleasure and not about one own pleasure. So my question in this context, Maharaj, is let's say, because this relatively we have material ambitions.
Yes.
And we want to achieve some, like I am talking about myself, I want to achieve something in my life, something in certain aspect which I like to do, and in that aspect, but so as per the scriptures we are told that we should not think for the name, fame sort of things, but the current idea of material success is determined by that only. Like my question is there is any significance of material achievement in the journey of soul? And we are doing it wrongly, with wrong intentions of getting name, fame out of this. Of course it can be aligned with service, but that is again the driving main force is how I will get name, fame out of this, or how I will get pleasure out of this. There is no thought, means honestly, practically the thought is not how I will provide pleasure to Krishna, it's about how I will derive pleasure.
I understand your dilemma. Your question is there any significance in having material successes on the spiritual path? That was one of your questions. And then you're struggling between selfless action and selfish action.
Yes.
So I will address these two questions separately. First, see, it is a wrong understanding that when you are a devotee, you cannot be active to provide for your family and to have success in your life, or to have goals in your life. Success is up to Krishna. Sometimes we get maybe this impression, but especially those who are grihastas, who are householders, they should really think about what is their Swadharma, and they should be active within that field. And they can create wealth if they wish, and so on. That is necessary. You need to be satisfied. Someone who is dissatisfied, he loses his spiritual enthusiasm like a water pot which has a crack. This type of material satisfaction, as much as possible, sometimes trying to catch the wind if we want to find material satisfaction. But that is one of the goals that is to be pursued in life, so that one is a little bit well situated, a little bit happy in his nature. Now, the second thing is you should know that there are two types of goals. One is Shreyas, which makes you, which are spiritual goals that you perform, that make you happy in the long time, and the other is Prayas, what makes you happy in the short term, temporary material pleasures. To give you an example, to pursue your spiritual life is a Shreya activity, and to eat 5 pizzas is a Prayas activity. The satisfaction of 5 pizzas is very temporary. When you add the 6th, you may have to go to the doctor, for flushing your stomach, So it is good if our what we like to do, the prayers, has somehow a place in the Shreyas. See, we are all independent, and from independence come 2 streams of activity. One activity is Shreya, I can independently decide for my spiritual welfare, and the second stream of activity which comes from my independence is prayers. I can go for temporary material goals. And in Krishna consciousness, we are trying to bring this all together in one. That is, what I like to do, I will do this for Krishna. If you like to become a successful, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, no? Computer man. Then try and engage that in Krishna service. That's how you lose the material attachments and desires which come when you pursue a material goal. I must tell you like this. I like to dance. I always liked to dance. Even as a young man, I would dance on the beach when no one looked. I really liked to dance. This is prayers. And I found out I can dance for Krishna. In this way I combine my prayer with my Shreyas activity. You follow? Yes. Each one of us is independent. We can choose whatever we like to do. So let us base our choices on our spiritual development, and let us see how we can enjoy doing spiritual life. We can make the whole world our dancing, our Kirtan hall, where we sing everywhere, in the station, in the tube, in the train, and so on. We can bring it everywhere. This is our idea. You don't have to renounce, in other words, what you wish to do, but do it in such a way that it will be good for your spiritual development. I have a quotation. If you have a mobile telephone, not now when we have ended this, I would like you to make a snapshot of this quotation from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Maybe I can just share it with everyone. It's in the book. I'm just reading this book here, and I find so many nice things. It's on page 46. Now this is, who of you is intelligent? You need your intelligence to understand this. So try to find it somewhere, and then two streams come from independence. Shreya, that's through which we get eternal benefit, and Preya, temporary happiness. So there's independence and two streams. You can decide for that which gives you eternal benefit and that which gives you temporary benefit. When you can make your Shreya and Preya one, meaning that the service to the Lord has become your object of happiness, it is a situation where everything is good for us. When Preya is merged into Shreya, then our true auspiciousness takes place. This is in the last Vyasa Puja ceremony of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That was in 1936. He said this. This is really at the end of his life. He said, do what you like to do, but do it for your eternal benefit. Like I dance, but not on, I don't know, hip-hop parties. I don't even know what this is. I hope there are. I don't know if there are hip-hop parties. You know better than me. I dance in the temple for the pleasure of the Lord. And if you like to be a computer expert, do it connected with Krishna in some ways. No? Maybe you create wealth and build a temple here in Netherlands. This would be quite something, a traditional temple with red sandstone. Good. Anyone else? Yes. What is your good name, please? Nirlamba. Wow. Yes.
Thank you for your lecture. Дхарма – это то, что тебе нравится, или дхарма – это то, что… Нет, дхарма – это то, что ты можешь хорошо сделать. Дхарма – это something that you're good in it.
That you're good in it? Yeah.
Или дхарма – это когда тебе что-то нравится, но у тебя плохо получается. Or dharma is it something that you like, but you're not so good in it.
Thank you. Thank you. Usually dharma has to do with talent. Talent, is there a Russian word for talent? Talentitsky, maybe, no? Yeah. Talent is something God-given, something which the Lord has given to us. We all have our talent, but the problem is sometimes our ego is thinking, no, not this, I want to do that. Our ego is the problem. But yes, when we discover our talent, our God-given talent, then we have discovered our Dharma. Thank you. Now I'm looking a little bit at the wristwatch. No, it's not scandalously late, but a little late. I can see also I have a suggestion. Let us sing for 5 more minutes to conclude, and then I'm here and I can talk to you. 10 minutes. Sing 10 minutes, yeah. Should we sing very loud?
That's fine. We can
Very
sing
loud.
very loud. This is the corner also. Neighbor surprise.
Yeah. Yes. One question. Could we discuss it afterwards, personally? I'm here and you're here, so that's the idea. Where is that imitation of a microphone stand? It broke totally. Yeah, you know, what should be original? Wow, oh my God, Manik, you are...
Maharaji tried bandaging it.
Yeah, it's bandaged. Because then I can play.
Devotees, can you please come ahead? There is a lot of space here. Just move in. Devotees.